Given the uncertain times in which we live and the ever-changing economic situation, when it comes to buying real estate, people need answers. We're here with two authors who are going to give us those answers today in terms of how you can avoid the mistakes that so many people make when it comes to real estate. How to know when's a good time to buy and when's a good time to sell. When's a good time to get into the market. And when it comes to real estate investment, no one knows better than that than our two authors. They're the author of a brand new book entitled Girlfriend's Guide to Real Estate, and men like it too. Well, I'm here today with Mike and Polly McCormick from Huntington Beach, California, real estate investors, business owners, great people when it comes to investing in real estate. Welcome, guys.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Happy to be here, Gerry.
That's great. We're glad to have you here. You wrote a book called Girlfriend's Guide. Tell us a little bit why you're focusing in on girlfriends, and why do you think it's important for women to know what you've got to share?
Absolutely, Gerry. The reason that I wrote the book for girlfriends and the Girlfriend's Guide to Real Estate and Men Like It Too was to focus in on the marketplace for women and to share the knowledge that I have and the successes that I've attained through real estate. That's why I've written the book.
What sort of advice do you give women in this book?
Well, I advise women to look at different opportunities. I also explain about different myths and give them knowledge and empower them to go out and search for real estate, emerging markets, and to buy pre-construction.
Well, let's talk a little bit about emerging markets, because you mentioned that in the book, and you feel that emerging markets is and particularly, what did you call it, first phase?
First phase pre-construction.
Now, what is that?
That's buying pre-construction, working with the developer directly, and what you do is you are in the first phase of development. So you buy with the developer and you develop out the first phase.
But who has time to, are you talking about in your own city? Because you mentioned something about in emerging markets. I'm assuming you're talking about other areas.
We research areas throughout the United States, North America, and international projects. And when we see emerging markets, we go into the emerging market and buy pre-construction.
But do people need a lot of money, Mike, to do this sort of stuff?
Normally, you need 20% down in pre-construction. And sometimes you pay in increments, 10% the first 6 months and 10% the second 6 months. However, there's one particular project in Houston, Texas. It's unbelievable that you could get into it for as little as $2,500 down for a reservation. And after 30 days, you go to contract, and then they want an additional 3%. So the average cost of this condo, luxury condo, which is it's actually a lifestyle that you're buying into. It has retail stores, restaurants, health club, concierge, 24-hour concierge, and the location is right across from the Texas Medical University, which employs 54,000 people, and it's in the loop. I mean, there's so many positive things about this development, and the average cost is probably about $240,000. When we initially was presented the project 2 months ago, they were starting at 165, but they all sold out. Now we're up to about 240, and it's just they're selling fast, and it's
Are there a lot of those types of deals around?
This is the first deal we ever come across where it's little money to get into. It's unheard of for a developer to offer a $2,500 reservation and 3% down. Yeah. And it's actually it's already broke ground. It's on the 7th floor.
Now, what are some of the mistakes that people make when they look at buying this pre-construction issues?
Well, I would say the biggest mistake people make, Gerry, is they feel that they're going to go in and they're going to flip this property. And the reason,
what's the problem with that?
Well, the problem is for capital gains issues, if you do make a profit on your pre-construction pricing and gains, you will pay them out in taxes check with your tax advisor for the exact information, but our strategy has always been a buy and hold strategy. We take the profit and leverage it into the next project, and that's what's worked for a successful model for our business.
Now, because you're talking about something that's a little different than what most people are used to, it's a unique investment strategy. What sort of things, your book talks about mindset a lot, what's going on inside people's heads. Mike, tell us a little bit about some of the challenges that people would have in terms of overcoming the barriers of doing something that's a little bit unorthodox.
It has to do with your comfort zone. I know myself, my own experience is that I always had a hard time writing out a check and putting it in the mail and giving it to somebody, hoping that was going to turn into a profit. And if you're the type of person like I was at one time, and I overcome this fear that I had of taking a risk, because it's all about risk reward. And of course, you want to take a calculated risk. You don't want to be not doing your due diligence on whatever development you're doing. And it really has to do with trust. You have to trust the person that you are working with. Without the trust, then it's not going to happen. You have to have trust, and that's really what it comes down to.
Can people buy too much if it's, can they get overloaded with real estate?
No, it could actually, it would not in the United States, because people are flocking to the United States. They are moving here. They're moving out. For every one person moving out, I'm not sure the statistics on that, but there's 3 people moving in. Yeah. So the population growth is still on the rise, and it's going to continue to be on the rise. So they're not making any more real estate. And of course, it's always the location. You have to get into the right location where you're going to get the most appreciation.
When people buy your book, what can they expect in terms of, strategies or what are some of the things that they're going to get from that book?
Well, I think when they read our book, they're going to get a no-nonsense approach to real estate investing, selling, renting, buying, myths, and they're going to get an insider's look on our life and the model that we've used and the successes that we've had by writing the book and also buying and selling real estate.
And it has a girlfriend's twist to it. You talk about girlfriends liking to buy purses and...
Well, girlfriends love to shop, so why not real estate too? And it's a great way to become wealthy and increase your wealth cycle. So I highly recommend for women in financial independence is to buy real estate as much as they can. You can never have too much real estate. But it sounds like a cliche, but it's really true. Location, location, location. It's the main thing that Mike and I search for, and it's what we always judge our deals on.
Well, that's very good. Thank you both for being with me. If you want more information about their book or their services as real estate investors, just go to the website on your screen right now. They'll get you more information. The book is called The Girlfriend's Guide to Real Estate.